Hello and good morning. Today I want to talk to you about the complexity of publishing and as such the need for a schedule. It's the most vital thing ever. So, first of all, publishing is a very complicated business and you honestly need to get your head around the fact that at the beginning you're going to be wearing a whole bunch of different hats. So you're going to be in charge of production, you're going to be a creative writer, you're going to be an advertising sales rep, you're going to be everything that you need to be to get a magazine published. It's as simple as that. To do that, you've got to start separating your days so that you can allocate time to the different endeavors. Your first two core functionalities, this is at the top of the pyramid, this is the most vital thing. Without these two core functionalities, and you need to set goals as to how much of it you're going to be able to do a day, etc., etc. But the first two core functionalities are marketing, in other words advertising sales, and production, in other words producing pages. Literally as simple as that. Other than that, everything else is peripheral, but you do need a schedule because there's a lot of stuff that goes on. You need to continually and as fast as possible answer your emails. You need to continually and as fast as possible answer your WhatsApps, etc. And you need to be on the ball because remember, a media company or a magazine publisher, etc. Media is communication. Remember I told you the whole thing about what is media actually? It's actually a delivery system. So it's communication. And you need to realize that you need to communicate continually. If somebody sends you a press release, you've got to respond by saying, thanks for the press release. I'm sure it'll resonate with our readers, etc. And you've got to continually do that to make sure that you bringing out a vibrant magazine, something that's really making a dent in the universe, so to speak. So to do all of that, you need a schedule. You need to schedule every morning to deal with emails, etc., and to deal with whatever else is necessary email-wise. You need time to schedule for production. You need time to schedule to make calls, to phone for advertising sales, etc., etc. To give you some kind of indication, my schedule is I wake up at 4:45 in the morning. I know it sounds crazy, but I love it. I go for a run. I do stretching. I do bag work. I used to be an MMA fighter, so I do bag work, etc. I've set up a little mini gym in my garage. I then do some meditation, just some centering of my being, some stretching, etc. And then I get into a goal setting. I sit down with my thing and I quickly say, okay, what's my goal for the day? I just need to define it. I need to learn it parrot fashion. You just need to keep repeating it. I actually fast from 8 at night until I've got a weight problem. So I fast from 8 at night until 12 midday. I do caloric restriction. So I don't do anything except coffee and water. So I don't do breakfast. I then I get in the mornings. I start as early as I can I do this YouTube, and then I do. I start if it's a weekday. I start with marketing. I get on the phone. My target's at least 120 dials in one day, because you know what, you can't influence how many people are going to buy from you. You can't influence how many deals you're going to close. You can't influence how many pitches you're going to have, but you can influence how many times you dial that phone. And if you're not dialing, you're not selling. It's as simple as that. So during the weekdays, and then at midday, I do all my Facebook posts. I've got it for midday because I checked on Google, and that's the most popular time. That's the one time when you get the most responses, etc. So I do all my Facebook posts at midday. Afternoon on a weekday I sell, and then evening I get into production, etc. And so my schedule goes. So just, and you need to schedule. You need to schedule everything, because if you schedule everything, and if you're very rigid about your schedule, In other words, you say to yourself, listen, if the alarm goes on my iPhone to say, well, end of that session, then I put it down. I don't pay attention to it because I know that tomorrow at exactly the same time I'm going to pay the same amount of attention, etc. And remember, the building of the empire is more important than any singular part of it. So you've got to just commit yourself to the schedule. You've got to, your aim is to master whatever tasks are on the schedule. That's what your aim is. So on weekends, I swap it. Instead of doing marketing, I get into production, and I work as fast and as hard as I can on production. Evenings and early mornings I put in an hour of production. Evenings I put in an hour and a half of production. The reason I do it like that is because between 8 and 5, that's my phone time. That's most vital. Remember, your advertising sales are financing your business. So have a schedule. Make sure you've got a structure to your day. Otherwise, as I say, magazine publishing, it's wonderful, but it's a very complicated and comprehensive business. You need to get your head around that. Very complicated business. And if you're going to be wearing lots of different hats, you need to schedule time to do all those different tasks. Happy publishing.